February 14th, 1859, the state of Oregon came into the Union, and there you go. So we got the flag fluttering in the back so that people know why they're celebrating this day.
And it's also a wonderful day of love for all those. And I have a beautiful wife that I love. And it's a great day. Also, Ash Wednesday. There's a lot of
That's right.
important things today. So,
Mhm.
yeah. But you know what? Most of all, Scott, it's a day to be excited. Are you ready? Time to get rolling. Time to get moving. We got Kermie here,
Whew.
and we are ready for action. And so I tell you, the wonderful thing about Wednesdays is such an amazing opportunity, not only to get together with you, but with amazing guests to talk about
Mhm.
the experience of life. And you know what? We're going to take this a step further, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm really excited because we're partnering up with Extra Mile Media, which owns the Hope 1079 FM and KWIL radio stations. And so we're going to be going local with the experience.
Yes, and I am so excited about that. Now, listen, for those of you watching, don't think that you're not included because our emphasis on local and believers in business, which is our theme, we'll talk more about that, is really that we should all be blessed with this global economy that we have, this global community that we have. But we should not forsake and forget about our local people. And also, Scott and I, both being strong believers, want to emphasize people of faith that are moving forward in business
Mhm.
and life and how they affect each other. It'll be a lot of fun. The local people here in our area are so excited. We've already got the first couple months booked up, and we have our sponsors, and we are ready to roll and excited. So that will
And
start March, the first week of
when can
March.
people hear this? When can people hear this?
Yes, first week of March. So March 4th will be the first one. It'll be 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It will broadcast live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and on the Facebook page of 107.9 Hope Radio. KWIL 790 is the station we'll be broadcasting on, their AM
Mhm.
station. And so it'll broadcast on their Facebook page. Also, it will still convert to audio podcast on our podcast as we do currently, but also on their podcast. So there's a
Mhm.
lot of great opportunities here. And then 6 p.m. Monday nights Pacific Standard Time, it will broadcast on the radio for all to hear here in the local area. So if you're in the local area, you want to listen in because we have got some amazing people already booked up for the first few shows, don't we, Scott?
Yeah, it's just great. We're happy to do this on the local basis. It's a great opportunity for sponsors to get radio time at I'll say a fraction of what it would cost to advertise on the radio. Very loyal audience. So we're excited to share the stories, provide a platform for businesses to share what they offer to a wider audience.
Yeah, and I want to tell you all that if you are ever interested, please reach out to me about sponsoring this show. You get a 5-to-1 return on this show. Not only do you bless Scott and I, not only do you bless the community that gets to watch the experience and all these amazing friends and people that we have on, but you also get a return on that. For what you pay, you get 5 times that in exposure and visibility online across all social medias. But the new platform with the local radio for you local people is even better because you also get the radio thrown in. So we're just offering all kinds of opportunities for you, but also blesses us getting this positive message out there. And so I'm so excited. But yeah, I think we're getting ready to go. Our guests are both here. They're excited in the other room, and I think we should get started. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. I just put into the chat too the ways you can listen. So you can listen to the Experience local at KWIL. You can listen to it on the air, but also it's streaming. So
Yeah, that's
wherever you
right.
are in the world, make sure that you tune in. And I'll just say thank you to everybody who has been supporting us for, is this our third year or something like that?
Yeah,
Fourth
it
year?
is.
I don't know. It's been, I think this is the
It
fourth year we're
It's a
starting.
whirlwind.
So thank you to everybody who's been supporting, for the comments, for the shares, and join us on the Experience Local.
Also, if I just want to throw one other thing out there, we have so many great friends, CJ,
Mhm.
Willie J, some other people that are doing media things, and anybody that has other media opportunities we can expand to that Scott and I may just be learning about and not know about. Please reach out to us because we're continuing to want to expand our reach in different areas. So anyway, okay, let's get the show started. Dr.
Yeah,
Nhu is
let's
here.
get to the good part.
She is amazing. Got the smile that will light up our morning. Here she comes, Dr.Nhu Truong. Woo!
Good morning.
My unmute. Good morning, Russ and Scott, and hello, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day.
Indeed.
Yes.
It's a pleasure and honor to be here, Russ and Scott, and with all that is watching now and the replay. So it's we're blessed to be here together, and thank you so much. I appreciate your friendship and all that you do for everyone.
Yeah, you are an amazing friend, and I feel like we have known each other forever, and we haven't. And it's just that's what community brings when you really have true connection. It feels so good, like you've known these people forever, and I just appreciate all that you're about, Nhu. So let's just start from the top. Who is Dr.Nhu Truong, and what are you all about?
A little bit about me is I'm really passionate of spreading love and kindness and compassionate really to all those that are come through with my path and are able to come join a part of a big community. We have communities everywhere, but I see that the world need more of wherever you are, whatever industry. And I know for myself being burnout and going through that hustle as a working mom, I know how challenging it is. And as an entrepreneurship, burnout is not fun. And so we have to make it fun. If you love what you do and you surround with the right community, then nothing is impossible. You have to have the willpower. You got it all. And I think that is truly who I am, because all the things in my role as a mom, of course, is first my family, but my family is tied to not only my blood related family. Family is, I consider those who have opened their hearts and soul and come to my life. And like you, Russ and Scott, because that's how I resemble, that's how I put out. And I think that is what I'm here to inspire people and to empower, that you can do anything if you set your mind to. There's no limits when you got love. And especially on this day, we celebrate Happy Valentine's. We want to share that love and spread that love, that light out to the world.
Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
I was just thinking last week on Russ Reels, which is Thursday afternoons, always great panel discussions. One of the things we were talking about was fear and overcoming fear. And I think a lot of this, and I want to hear, Dr. Nhu, what you have to say about this, is often it's not fear that's holding us back. It's just lack of confidence.
Yes. And the confidence is really, you have to step over that comfort level, right? That comfort zone. If you're not willing to open that door to the unknown and willing to give it a try, even you're going to fail forward, but you're going to learn something about it. But have the courage, have the convictions, you have to hone into your value, your why, your passion. What's your purpose in life? Not just making money, right? We all, knock on wood, we could, I'm speaking for myself, I can disappear tomorrow and Scott and Russ would know who I am. It's not about what you do, but what impact you make to the world, to small people around you, global people. That is what truly what life is about. I have an old
yeah, that is so good. And, speaking about amazing people with purpose, let's bring in our next guest. Nick is here, the Gifted Bipolar Writer, my favorite author. Hello, Nick.
Hi, good morning. Happy Valentine's to everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It is so great to have you here. Been blessed to be doing collaborative efforts with both you and Nhu, and so amazing the one we did at the end of the year. I'm able to give it to my family, writing to our future family, but also impacting my current family, which was so amazing. And that was a note to my family: I am your legacy, which, Nick, you was your brainchild. But before we get into all those things, because that is so cool and so many other things, tell everybody, who is Nick and what are you all about?
Okay, so Nick is, well, the Gifted Bipolar Writer. Started that company last year. And definitely didn't mean to start a company, I could tell you that much. But, as Nhu says, overcoming fears, it's not easy. That is for sure. But when you have the right support behind you, people that love you and believe in you, you can do so much. And that transcends. It transcends to you believing in yourself. It should come from within, but let's be honest, sometimes externally we need that support as well. So my biggest dream in everything at this point is really to be able to impact people where bipolarness and mental illness are concerned. I want people to know that they are able to live their best life, that they don't have to settle and they don't have to accept any stigmas, and not be the stigma themselves, which makes me think of Valentine's and self-love and all the various types of love, romantic love, friendship, but they all tie in. Valentine's to me is not just a romantic type of love.
Yeah. I think that is so key, right, Scott? I mean, there are so many different ways to love people. And a lot of it, like I talked about this morning, is just caring about people, right?
Yeah, I was thinking there's a jazz song, kind of a jazz standard called Nature Boy. And in it there's this line that says the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return, which means we're not going to do this alone. We need other people.
Yeah, we do, definitely. My theme, we are better together, right? And I gave the quote this morning that's one of my favorite quotes that applies to love, but also applies to business. And that is John Maxwell's, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Care about people, show kindness. And Nhu, you are just all about that. You are about loving and kindness. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
I think, sometimes when we go into life and as professionals, we think too much complicated, right? And sometimes we think of strategies, we think of tools, and yes, it is necessary. But if we don't get back to the root of love and who we are, like when we're little kindergarten, right? When we play with others, we're willing to share, we're willing to work together as a team, we're willing to break that candy in half or whatever, the bread, whatever that you have, you share. But then as you get older and adult, whether it's culturally, whether it's whatever experiences that it's come across, whether it's trauma, someone did us wrong. So you traumatize, but then you hold on to that grudge, right? You don't let go and forgive those who have wronged us. And then now the next person comes to our path. We don't have an open mind and open heart to really embrace them for who they are. And so when you can't empathize and you can't picture yourself in that person's shoes, it's all about me. It's about whatever I want, but it's not about your life. It's not centered about you. Yes, you need to look for happiness, but happiness is not just, you're part of a community. So how are you able to contribute to that world that you live in, whether it's your state, your city, your family, and whatever family that you define. But then I think that is where I think people makes it so complicated when people ask me, what's my secret to all my success? And I say, my secret is being authentically real, showing all my all the flaws and all the things that I've gone through, whether it's traumatized or not, but there's a lesson to everything, right? And I'm willing to share it and not hide anything. There's no secret. Because even if I give you all the playbook and all my notes, someone else will deliver differently. And I think that's the part that when you collaborate and when you look, you don't see competition, You see as collaboration. You see, even if they are ahead of you, they're making a big impact. You should cheer them on. You should say, so wonderful to see that. Even if we might not have similarity in cultures, maybe we don't see things eye to eye, whatever that is at that moment, but always know that things happen to us for a reason. And I think that maybe because when you're too complicated, always chasing the next thing, right? Shiny things and next things that people put on social media that's so positive, and then you look at yourself and you compare. But in actuality, everyone have ups and downs. I wouldn't say we challenge that everyone in the world, there's always a problem, even if it's a millionaire, right, Russ or Scott? It does not matter, right? So that is where happiness comes from within, and what you're able to make an impact on others, and that start with love. You have to love
Right.
yourself so you can love others.
Yeah. And I want to say that you are, starting on that topic with authenticity and personal, the way you're going about it, Nick, that is something that you have used so well. And that is taking the real Nick and some of your challenges in life and turning them for the positive, right? This whole Gifted Bipolar Writer is telling other people, listen, in spite of things that other people think are roadblocks, I'm busting through and I'm making things happen.
Yeah, you really you can't let others define you, and everybody's idea of happiness looks different. And definitely, like New says, don't compare yourself. It's easy to think that other people are ahead of you on the road, but it's really your road you're on. So you alone will know where you need to be and where you're happy being. Everybody's purpose is different. Um, and don't lose sight of that. Don't lose sight of your purpose, your vision. Community, yes, of course, that's very important. But I do say that don't lose your individuality in it as well, because part of what makes you unique and able to embrace who you are and make an impact and a difference is because you do embrace yourself, flaws and all, right? Embrace all the beautiful parts of yourself. So, again, when I think about collaboration, like Dr. Nhu says, right, it is a beautiful thing because we can't do it on our own. Writing a book on your own, and I'm sure D. Scott will attest to this, is not an easy thing. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes, quite frankly, grit. So these anthologies, and when you talk about Legacy and the one that we put out in December, that's something that's going to be there. I mean, all books will be there. But my hope with that always was for everyone, if everyone's family, pull it out on Valentine's Day. Hey, listen, dog ear, disgusting, maybe put away in a box for a year, spaghetti sauce on it. But your great-great-grandfather, your great-great-grandmother was an author. Look at these words that they left for you. They left you these words because they love you. And they
Right.
knew that before they even met you, that you would carry, their blood in your veins.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's what was such a blessing about that effort, to my family. But I found it a double blessing because not only were you able to add value and speak to your future family, but I was able to write personal notes in the book and give a copy to my family, to my beautiful wife and daughter and son and daughter-in-law over Christmas. And that meant a lot, not only to them, but it meant a lot to me to be able to do that. And that's something that's meaningful. I don't know about you guys, but things that you create and you do on your own. I used to do things for my parents. I'd put together pictures and make things, and they loved that more than anything I could buy when I was a kid because it was something that I had created and made for them. And that's what I loved about being able to do this. And Scott, you have written so many books. I'm just one aspiring to be you, and one of these days I'll catch up, but probably not anyway. But you are able to leave a legacy through your words every day.
And this is something that I recommend. So one of the books that I have is influence, creation of credibility. And that's a process
Mm.
to write a book in 12 weeks or less. So there's just a formula, format, and you can follow it. But part of that is you think about your parents, grandparents, great grandparents. And I just think, what if my great grandmother had written about her life or about her perspectives, things that she understood, and I had a copy of that today? I would just cherish that book, right?
Mhm.
And you get to do that today. You get to capture your stories, the experiences that you have, and your perspective. And I just, Dr. Nhu, I love that you're talking about the shiny things too, because we think about all these trends today. So it's TikTok, it's the latest, whatever it is, right? You want to do the latest thing, but of course, by the time Scott gets around to doing whatever the latest fad is to do, it's over, right? And this is why I put the quote in there from Dr. Seuss, right? Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. And no one can fake that. No one can duplicate that. And when you're out there on the screen, whether you're writing books or you're doing podcasts, you're writing blog posts, do it from yourself. Do it and think about your children, your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, the people who are going to look up and say, wow, I am so grateful that my great grandfather, that my great grandmother captured this and shared it for me, just like Russ did.
There you go. There you go. And Nhu, I think that, again, capturing those moments authentically with all that we're doing, and give everybody, we're winding things up here, but let's start with you and give everybody your love notes for Valentine's Day today, your wisdom and just amazing kindness. Share that with everybody today, and then let them know how they get in touch with you so they get more of it.
Thank you, Scott and Russ. And before I share, for those who are joining, may they always be happy, be healthy, and have abundance of love and joy and all the success that they do, not only for themselves, and their family, but also let's spread more to the blessings of love to others. Be kind to one another. And my message to you all is that you are unique, you are loved, you are powerful. The thoughts and your words are powerful. And you have a community like this with Russ and Scott, Nick, and myself. We're all here for you. And know that you are special. There's no gym like you. And just be consistent, love yourself, have self compassion, and then spread that compassion and love to others. That is my message.
Awesome. And people get in touch with you.
So right now, my website that I am on, constructions under construction, normally under the KN Health consulting is under. So there's lots of things later on. I will chat afterward. We lots coming. I'm always looking at ways of how can I be of service to others. So stay tuned to that. So in the meantime, just reach out to me on LinkedIn. It's best, and you know where to find me. If you can't, just ask Russ.
There you go. And you know what? It's ticking below you, the LinkedIn information for you and Nick and Scott and I. And I tell you, you can connect with all of us here, but also all the information, and we'll get updated information in for Nhu as well, is in the show notes and comments. So you can click directly on it and go to them. And the easiest way to start is just you're watching, whatever platform you're watching on, reach out and just say hi. So Nick, take it away.
Okay, so my message today is promote self-love. It's something I didn't have for a long time, and that looks different for everyone. It's about how you show up for yourself, and you alone will know best how to do that for you. Once you find yourself, don't ever compromise your values. Trust that inner voice, it's there for a reason. Um, you know, your instincts are your survival. When you do find that thing that fills you up, that you just want to wake up in the morning, and before you even make that cup of coffee, your mind is already reeling, that's the thing you have to hold on to. Even if it's not the thing that is going to sustain you financially, don't dismiss it. Find a way to put some time into it. And I will always say that the formula, at least for my success, has always been passion plus desire plus action equals results. You have to have all of them. If you don't start and you don't take the action, that you're not going to get anywhere. So
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents today. And I did write in a book called My 2 Cents on Self-Love, by the way.
There you go.
Back in July, that was another anthology,
So
My
cool.
2 Cents on Self-Love.
Yes. And people get in touch with you besides LinkedIn?
I would say email. I'm on Facebook as well, Instagram. Email is probably the easiest, and it's quite simple. It's just Nick, the GBW, Gifted Bipolar Writer, at gmail.com.
Awesome. So good. So good. Well, I am having trouble just staying up with all the comments this morning. So
Thank you,
everybody, yeah, let me tell you that the information is in the comments, in the show notes, and you can get it there. It is clickable. I keep saying that. Click, click, click. You can go directly to Nick, directly to Nhu today, and connect with them. And Scott and I can't recommend them enough. So please do that today. Also, don't forget to go to the experience.video today. I have that up on the screen, but I want to remind you, please join our YouTube community because we are growing and expanding and truly trying to get that moving. So please join us today, everybody. If you're not on, it's going to give you quick access to all these amazing people like Nick and Nhu today. And so thank you so much for doing that. Also tag this and share it with your friends so they know, because you can watch it on replay on the platform you're on, LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube for infinity and beyond. Also, it converts to audio podcast. Just want to remind you, you can listen to it in your car or listen to it wherever you are today as well. So, want to just remind you today that we would love to have you part of those communities. So with that, Nhu, I think we're going to send you out. Nick is having a little bit of coverage issues, but hang tight in the green room. We'll be right there. All right.
I love you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Another great example of the most remarkable people on the planet joining us here on The Experience.
Well, I tell you, the two of them are two of the kindest, most loving, wonderful ladies. And the fact that I have been honored to do a couple projects with them has been amazing. It's amazing. And, I could not have done those on my own, clearly, because they were wonderful collaborative efforts, but they have done so much. And, like, for example, the Note to My Family, Nick, she put in all the hard work along with, CJ, Dr. Constance, and Susanna, and a couple other people that really did a lot of the heavy lifting on that. And what that is so wonderful, Scott, as you know, so much work goes into a book. And when others bless you with being part of it, but they do all the heavy lifting,
that's right.
How can you say no, right?
Yeah. And I know there's more opportunities coming up. And so anyone that's interested in doing a collaborative book, being a part of one of these projects, reach out to Russ. He'll connect you up because he is the master connector.
Well, you know what? I've just got something. It just came to me. It's one of those God moments, those God thoughts. Haven't even talked to Scott, and he's going to say, okay, you're crazy, because he's the one that's going to have to do the heavy lifting. I'm already telling you, because he knows way more than I do. We need to do a book, The Experience of Life, and we need to put that out there, and we need to do a collaborative effort with a lot of our guests that have been on.
Always game.
Yeah,
that would be and I'm
so
game.
Amazing. Yes, I'm crazy and you're game. There you go. I knew that. You know what? I'm telling you that it is, I've learned not to keep my mouth shut when I come up with ideas, because they either get grabbed onto and taken away, or they get shot down right away. And at least I know which way it's going to go. Right. So
Yeah.
there you go. Well, listen, I want to thank everybody for being here. What an amazing day, because it just shows how much people love Nhu. And Nick, I was going to say CJ, sorry. And Nick today, because so many wonderful people here in the comments. And I just encourage you all to share this with your friends. And don't forget that you can continue to tag your friends and share them. They can watch this anytime they want. It sits on those platforms. Join our YouTube community at theexperience.video, please, today, and be part of that, because then you have access to all of these amazing episodes that we've had, and we would appreciate that. Also, don't forget to join us next Wednesday on The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. And coming up, we'll give you more information again on our new show, but I'm just super excited about all the things going on. Reach out to us if you have any questions. I'm at russhedge.com. He's at dscottsmith.com. And all of that information is ticking along the bottom for our LinkedIn addresses as well. And so I just want to tell everybody how much I appreciate you. And Scott, I think we're going to call it good for today.
Happy Valentine's. Enjoy a beautiful time with your wife, Leah.
I will do it. And you too with your beautiful wife, Christine. And we'll see you later.
Cheers.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week. See you next Wednesday.
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.